Okay.
Start all over again.
So this is called sorghum, which is one of the main crops that Rwanda depends on for its economy. The way they process this right now is by laying it out on the floor and beating it with a stick. And then from there, that's how they take the bean off of this crop. And then from there, they separate the actual bean from the rest of this, which is not to be used. This is trash. So our goal was to make the entire process more efficient. It's a multi-day process as of now, and we wanted to consolidate that and do it as quick as possible and increase efficiency by at least 50%. So that's where we came up with this. Also, one of our constraints was to make the entire machine with parts that they have in Rwanda. So we couldn't use something very sophisticated. Solar panels, for example, were off the shelf. Like we can't use any of that. So we really have to just come up with what is as simple as possible that they can use that will increase this efficiency. So this is our final product. The way it works is you take your crops and you put it in through the top, through there. This serves two purposes. One is when the crop goes through these, it starts breaking a little bit. So from there itself, the bean starts breaking off the crop. And also this is for safety, so your hand doesn't go directly in there. And then once it's in there, we have this pulley system for how to operate it. So inside, we have all these chains, right? So once the crop gets in this barrel, all these chains are flying around. And then as it flies around, you notice there's holes on the bottom of this, right? So these holes are so only the bean goes through. So you see all this stuff, it's not going to go through, right? The bean is small enough though to go through. Sometimes you'll see that more stuff than the bean will get through, like this. This was down here, so that's why we have a screen here.
Second filter.
Yeah, so we have a second filter, and then on top of that, we found that in the final product, there's dust like shaft. It's called a shaft. There's the bean, then there's the rest of the crop, which is called shaft. So then we have another screen down here that is tighter, so the bean doesn't pass through this, and only the dust like shaft does. And then this screen, we have another pulley here. So if I run this, notice that it's going to be vibrating. So see below, when I'm running it, there's ropes under this that are hitting the screen and vibrating it. So look, like all this starts coming down. And then you just put a bucket here and you collect everything. So one thing, if you notice, one other thing is this screen is easily, you can take it out easily and you can put it back in. So if it gets filled up, you just take it out, knock it off, slide it back in. And then if you have a different bean size, you can change the screen out and make it tighter or bigger. And then on top of that, once you're running your batch, right, you don't want to spend time loading another batch and cleaning this out. So we made this side door so that when you're running it, all you have to do is open it and all the stuff fly out. And then you can just load your next batch. Yeah, it clears up because at the end of these ropes, or at the end of these chains is a rope. So there's a rope here. And the rope's purpose is to clean everything as it's moving. So if you open it, everything just comes out and flies out. So like all this just flew out, right? So that is the product. And